Hello everyone, and welcome to Dutch Greybeard. In this video I want to talk to you about my tentative TBR for the month of June of 2025. I always emphasize the tentative on my TBR because you never know what can happen in the coming month. Let's start right away with the books that were on my TBR for May and will also be on my TBR for June. This is my TBR shelf over here. And the four that are remaining are Dawn Shard by Brandon Sanderson, The Lions of Al-Rassan by Guy Gavriel Kay, The Dreaming Tree by C.J. Cherryh, and Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. Obviously, I didn't get around to reading those books this last month. Hopefully, next month will be better in that respect. Of the books on the TBR for May, I did read The Crown Tower by Michael J. Sullivan. I also read Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, and I read Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. So those books obviously are gone from my TBR because I have read them, stating the obvious here. All right. At the moment, I'm reading the first novel in The Legend of Drizzt by R.A. Salvatore called Homeland. I will probably be finishing that very soon. There is one book I removed from my TBR, and that is Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. At the moment, I just don't feel like reading another Terry Pratchett. I will be reading more by Terry Pratchett this year, no doubt, but for now, I just put it back into its slumber on my other shelves. While I was editing this video, I realized that I forgot to mention this book, which I also removed from my TBR for June. This is The Copper Promise by Jen Williams. I will be reading this book together with my good friend BJ Minton, but I probably won't be doing that this coming June, so I took it off my TBR. Let's see what other books I have put on my tentative TBR for June. Starting with Castle in the Air by Diana Wynne Jones. I did read Howl's Moving Castle, was not very enthusiastic about it. I liked it. It was a very nice read, but I guess I had higher hopes for that book. Still, I would like to continue with the series. It is nice, cozy YA, and I'm pretty much in the mood for that right now. Then, quite a strange one, or strange, is To Ride Pegasus by Anne McCaffrey. This is the first book in the Talons of Earth trilogy. Let me see if I say that correct. The Talons series. All right, whatever. This is a trilogy. I have the other two books over here, and they are Pegasus in Flight and Pegasus in Space. But I really want to start reading this one. This is science fiction, more science fiction than fantasy. I have good memories of reading her Dragon Riders of Pern books, the first 6 I've read so far, and I would like to get back to Anne McCaffrey at some point. So this is also one of my first picks for the coming month. Next is a book that was gifted to me by my good friend BJ Minton. It is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. It's a short book, and I'm very much in the mood for shorter books at this moment. And I've heard so many good things about this. Also, on my TBR for June is Trader's Blade by Sébastien de Castel. This is the first book in the Greatcoats series, and I've heard many good things about this book, like the banter between some of the characters, which is also one of the things I really like at this moment. Then I am in for some historical fiction by none other than Bernard Cornwell. This is Stonehenge. I almost picked it up already, but another book got in the way of that, so I just might start reading this in June. I am now reading, as I mentioned, the first book in The Legend of Drizzt, and supposing I'm really liking that, I'm not quite sure at this moment. I'm only 50 pages in or so I cannot say anything concisive about that, but I am anticipating that I would want to continue reading that series. So, Exile, the second book in The Legend of Drizzt. So this is the picture of my TBR for June. I myself am as curious as you maybe are for which of the books are really going to be read this coming month. It's always a surprise for me, but we will see. I would like to hear from you. Which of these books have you read, and which of these books would you really put on top of my TBR if you could? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Until we meet again at Dutch Greybeard.